It was nighttime in the Kingdom of Jadeen, when the lights in a small shack at the edge of town came on. Nown, a royal who had been cast out to live with the common people, had since grown ill and was now on her deathbed. A long time ago, she had seen a dream that resulted in her exile from the royal family, and now surrounded by her 4 children, in her last moments, she was seeing glimpses of something terrible that was about to unfold. She had seen a vision of her children, along with many others, venturing out of the city gates and into the woods, and when they went too deep, they were lost, never to be seen again. Before she could tell them all the details, she began to fade, and her eyes slowly shut for the last time. After Nown passed, her children went from door to door, warning the common people about their mother's dream, and soon word reached the king of a common woman's vision causing unrest amongst the people. The same woman he had cast out years ago, who saw in a dream that one of her children would take his place on the throne. He addressed the public, calling Nown a liar, claiming that false visions was the very reason why she was exiled to begin with. So the people neglected what the children warned them about and carried on living their lives as normal. But surely enough, after a few days, hundreds of people were declared missing, and after a few more, their friends, families, and neighbors who had gone looking for them were all lost in the woods. Even the king and his men who ventured desperately into the woods in search of his young daughter were never seen again. The Kingdom of Jadeen, that was once vibrant and bursting with trade and work, became still, and out of all her people, none remained except the 4 children of Nown. As the days went on, however, Nomi, the eldest of the 4, could not contain his wonder. He started to believe that everyone who left Jadeen had discovered something much better than they had ever seen at home, something worth never coming back. So one night, he went out into the woods. He ventured deeper and deeper and deeper, until finally, he vanished. When he didn't return, the next oldest, Nyla, and her twin brother Nilo, decided to head into the woods. They thought with the 2 of them, they could rescue him as soon as possible. The youngest brother, Norley, reminded them of their mother's warning, but they ignored him and hurried into the woods. After a few days, it became clear that they too would not return. Now only one remained. The youngest brother began to run out of food, but no matter how hungry he became, he stuck to his mother's words and avoided the woods. Then one day, the ground started to shake. He heard loud stomping noises from the direction of the city gates, but when he rushed over, nothing could have prepared him for what he saw. A giant, empty being, made of darkness. "What are you?" he asked the creature. It replied, "I am your brother. I am your brother and your sister. I am the butcher, the baker, and also the shoemaker. I am all." Norley watched confused as the creature's stomach glowed with the faces of all the people it mentioned. It went on to explain that it had swallowed the people of Jadeen fairly, asking each person that it encountered to play a game of their choice, and when it won, it would swallow them whole. But it was still hungry and could not enter the city, so it asked Norley if he would play a game. If Norley won, he could have all his siblings back, and if he lost, he would step outside the city and share their fate. Norley, the youngest child of Nown, agreed, and after some thought, he decided that his game would be one of riddles. If the creature could ask him a riddle he did not know the answer to, then he would lose and step outside. The creature agreed, and then after a few moments, it asked in a clear voice, "I am at the beginning of loss and life, but in death I am nowhere to be seen. What am I?" Norley thought and thought, and the more he looked to be struggling, the more confident the creature became. It became so confident that it now offered to release all the people of Jadeen if Norley could answer the riddle, sure that there was no way he would. But then Norley smiled. "How can I be sure that you're telling the truth?" he asked. The creature picked up a pebble and tossed it over to where Norley was standing. "Carve your answer into this rock and throw it at me. If you are correct, then I will vanish and all the people will be free." So Norley carved his answer onto the pebble, and with all his might, he shot it at the creature. Inscribed on it, the words, "I am the letter L." When the pebble hit the creature, it slowly faded, releasing all the people it had consumed. They had all witnessed from within the creature how Norley risked his life to save theirs. The common people blamed the king for misleading them and failing to protect them from the danger in the woods. But before tensions could escalate, he took his family and fled to another land, leaving the children of Nown as the only royals remaining in Jadeen. With the king gone, the people named their savior, Norley the First, King of Jadeen.